parks, schools, restaurants, and more, Assembly Row gets high scores. We're a thriving city with so much to do. Uncle Boston Harbor in our view. Politics, cannabis, controversial stories, heroes, villains. Who gets the glory? 50 plus languages in Somerville is spoken. Sanctuary city, there are no free tokens. History in Somerville stays alive. In All American City, we won 3 times. Somerville connects. Somerville connects.
Welcome to another edition of Dead and Alive, the longest live-running TV show in America, and Somerville Connects. What's your Somerville story? We have a very exciting guest. We have local business advisor BobbyAllen from Thryv. Welcome, BobbyAllen.
Thank you so much for having me. I look forward to this, and it's going to be fun.
So, Bobby, we met each other on a network marketing site called Twisted Networking. And so I physically met you in Somerville on my computer. So that's your Somerville story. But I find you fascinating because you were on a Twisted Networking site. And I think were you the only guy on this?
I was that day, yes.
Yeah, you're a brave soul. So I got to know you, and you kind of remind me of someone that would be my little brother, and you're very charming and you're very sweet. But we want to know, our viewers and I want to know all about you. We don't really know a whole lot about you. So tell us where you're from, how you got here, and how you arrived at Thryv, and then we'll dive into what Thryv is all about.
All right, perfect. So in a nutshell, I'm in Rhode Island, and I'm from Rhode Island. I was born in Providence, Rhode Island. Then through mid-childhood, when I went to high school, we went to Cranston. And from 15 years old all the way up till now current, I've been a Cranston, Rhode Island resident. During that time, I finished high school, then furthered my education at UMass Lowell. Once I graduated in 2016, started applying for jobs, figuring out what I really want to do after that, and then got into with Thryv, which is the local business advisor now. And it's pretty great. We just go around trying to help as many local businesses that are out there, and especially now with everything going on, we're trying to be there more and more for them, because some are closing down, some are doing great, and it's probably trying to find that happy medium.
Okay, so a lot of people don't really understand what Thryv is, but before we get into that, tell the world what's going on, because people viewing this 10 years down the road, they'll say, what was going on? What is going on?
Exactly. Yeah, so we're having a pandemic right now with a virus called the coronavirus, and it pretty much is not even something that's happening just in the USA. It literally shut down the world, and depending how it's affecting you is in everybody in all different ways, but in the long run, it feels like it's affecting everyone. And we just gotta come together, and like everything's saying, we will get through this, but it's a matter who's infected more, who's having a harder problem getting out of it, and we just gotta be there for each other and try to get out of it.
Beautiful. And we are in the United States right now, and we have lost, today's May 20th, 2020, and we have lost over 92,000 people, which is insanity. But Bobby, you probably are really happy you have a job.
Yes, I say that every day. Even when we have our business meetings in the morning, that's another thing to be grateful for, because there's a high percentage of people that lost their job right now, and they might be going back when everything goes back to normal, and when is that normal? And another thing is some of those businesses had to shut down because they're not going to be able to survive these months of being shut down.
So do you work with people? I'm not sure what Thryv really does. So if you can explain that a little bit, because you're a local business advisor and you approach businesses, but what do you do? Do you work on the internet? Do you work face-to-face? What services does your company provide? And what do you do within the company to make sure that people get the services? And by the way, take your time, because we have all the time that you need.
All right, perfect. So what Thryv is, there's two parts of the business. There's one, which is the software, and then there's the other side of the business that is more of a lead generation. And they do go hand in hand depending on what the business needs. But I'll start with the software side of the business first. What the software is, it's a client-based app. So same thing if you're using a Yahoo app, Gmail, Facebook app on your phone. And the purpose of this app is to kind of modernize the way business is. Because if I ask any of you who's watching this, or even you, Jojo, has anyone ever ordered something like on Amazon or one of the main franchises online, do an online order? Most people say yes, they did do some kind of online order. So what this Thryv app is to help modernize these local businesses to be caught up with 2020 and communicate with their current clients in an easier way. And then really the purpose of this app software for the business owner is to communicate with their clients, be very organized, and save time, and at the end get paid. And then on the client-based side of it, it's gonna have the client do business with that business in more modern and easier way. It's almost like having a personal secretary that's a computer.
Okay, I need you to give me a clear-cut example because my brain is going in many different directions. Let's say that I am a furniture store like Cardi's, okay? And you hire, or Cardi's hires Thryv. How would Thryv help out a successful store already become more successful?
Yep. So, say if we were doing Cardi's, whoever's working as a sales rep would hop on their phone. When they first meet with that client, they would be able to input all the information, such as like first name, last name, what kind of furniture they're looking for, or any kind of tips that would help the person who's helping the client look for that piece they're looking for. Then maybe they would have called ahead of time over the phone. We would put all the client's information in and book the appointment. The client would now receive a text message and an email saying, hey, tomorrow at 11 o'clock, you're going to be meeting with Jojo for your appointment looking for a new bed frame. And then if that client could not make that appointment anymore, they would be able to hit cancel. That would be one tab of the software helping the salesperson working at the furniture store. Then business-wise, other than just that, it will make sure that the business information is on all search platforms. Some of the main ones is like Google, Yahoo, Bing, and it would do 70 more search engines that are out there. Also,
look for a piece of furniture or to, yes, okay.
Yeah, yep, a piece of furniture that would eventually leave it to like their website so that the client could find it.
Oh, so you help people to find exactly what their needs are. In the case of the bed frame, you just wouldn't work with Cardi's. You may work with all different platforms. Like you might have people in Amazon. You might have people like Bernie and Phil's, Jordan's Furniture, because this person's looking for a specific bed frame.
Exactly. Yep. And especially even if you have like a lot of the local furniture stores, like a person that maybe have like it's just them in the store by themselves, or they might have like 5 or 10 employees too.
Okay, so you're basically Thryv connects all the different platforms to serve the needs of the clients.
Exactly. Yep. Because there's so many different platforms out there, and with Thryv, it's the all-in-one management. So it puts all those different softwares on one screen, so you're not jumping around or paying more subscriptions that you don't need to.
So you're saying that Thryv is the only one that's doing what you're doing in the whole world?
Yes. Now, when you do the breakdown of each tab that Thryv offers, there's 20 different tabs on that software. A client might use 3 of them, they might use 10 of them, they might use 15, but for each platform Thryv has, there is another brand that has it, but they might only do 1 or 2 of the things, not all of it, all on one dashboard.
So does Thryv have all these connections set up with all these different companies, or they do it as they go along? How does that work out?
So the Thryv software, as long as the business is a service-based business, it can work for any of them. So doctors, lawyers, dentists, contractors, pretty much any business that is a service-based business.
Okay, let's use PPE, personal, what do you call it? The personal equipment that people need for this pandemic, like masks, and they run out of this stuff. Could you help doctors and hospitals with that? Have you been doing that?
Exactly, yeah. So the Thryv that our clients have would be like a local doctor's office or a dentist's office. And you might do the same thing. If you go to your local dentist and you book an appointment, you might get that text reminder. Or if you wanted to book an appointment online, or if you need their services.
So why would someone need Thryv, let's say, to go through your dentist when let's say I'm working with my dentist one-on-one? Why would I need a middle person to accomplish that? What is the upside of that?
Gotcha. So for the business level, what Thryv software would do is it would keep a place where they can store all their clients. So you know how if we go back, I don't know, 20, 30 years ago, before you had to have like that paper manila folder, and then you have all the clients' documents stored in there, and then when you walk in, hi, my name is BobbyAllen, I'm here for my appointment. All right, hold on, let me grab your folder. They go through it and search it all. With Thryv, everything's digitally on the computer. So you have the client's information, all their documents, conversations that you had with them from the day that you first signed up to that dentist, all the way up to current. So it's pretty much it's called a CRM, so a client relationship management, that's keeping all your clients organized and up to date on the business itself.
And where does Thryv get all this information from the dentist office? I mean, they have to get it directly from the dentist office, right?
Exactly. Yep. So where I am, I'm the middle person between everything. So say if we have a brand new dentist who wants to sign up with Thryv, I would go there with them, have them sign up. Then we'll do something a couple days later called an onboarding call, where we sit down with whoever's going to be running the software, and we teach them from head to toe how to use everything for as much time as they need. If they need us for 3 months, we'll be there for 3 months. They need us for 10 years, we'll be there for 10 years. And the purpose of having me is so I can be there and do one-on-ones with that client.
Wow, this sounds like it's a lot of work for Thryv to put all this information together.
Yes, yes.
How long has Thryv been in business?
So that's the funny thing. Thryv itself, the software, only been around 3 years now. The company itself, it's the original company that was the Yellow Pages. So back when we didn't have any computers or laptops, cell phones, and you had a house phone, or even like the paid phones where you put the quarter in, and you had that big Yellow Page book. That's our company. We're the original Yellow Page company.
I did not know that. Now that makes it very exciting.
Yes. So we have a whole bunch of clients that are behind us that are still in the Yellow Pages, or were in the Yellow Page and switch more to the digital advertising we do, or our software. Because in the last 3 years, we went from a phone book company to a marketing company, now to something called a SaaS company, which is software as a service. So SaaS. But because we through over 100 years, we had so many different names because we're always evolving to whatever's the newest, biggest hit thing. But because we always have a book of business behind us and a lot of clients, we gotta make sure we are still offering all the other services that we still had back then.
Well, this makes your company even more viable because you were the Yellow Pages.
Yes, and then another thing that we're doing that was pretty cool is I think we got over 100,000 applications. Thryv itself, during this pandemic, we were given $2,500 to $15,000 grants to business owners, regardless if they were a client of ours or not.
How much were you given again?
2,500 up to 15,000, depending on what the business needs was, and we got 100,000 applications that came in.
So you got that much money for each application?
Yeah, to give to the business owner. Yep. So we gave some.
But the business owner has to pay that back.
Nope. It was a grant that we were giving them.
How
not alone.
This is insane. Where's this money coming from?
So we have a Thrive Foundation. So all the monthly bills that come in, we put aside only 1%, but that adds up overall, because we're all through all 50 states and we've been in business over 100 years. And our book of business is in the billions. So we have a huge book of business that helps us push through and stay up with modern times, and then also help every business that we can too.
So you're busy.
Yes.
You're very, very busy.
Yeah, it was definitely easier before this happened, because we had a little bit of time in between driving. Now with the Zooms, I can hop on more meetings because it's one after another, because we don't gotta drive anywhere.
That's right. So will this be a new way of doing business going forward? Because it's really makes a lot of sense.
Exactly. It saves a lot of time. I think whenever anything goes back to normal, or whatever is going to be normal, we'll definitely keep Zoom going. But if we can do the one-on-one, we will still give that option if the business wants to meet one-on-one, just because it gives that nice little touch. As like the Zoom is perfect, but that one-on-one just like gives it that little bit of more personal feeling.
Absolutely. And you're Italian. And
yes, I want a hug and kiss.
Yeah, me too. And this is the only thing about the pandemic that's killing me is I'm a hugger.
Yes.
And I can't hug anybody.
I know.
It's insane. I was on a walk the other day and I saw a dog. I actually reached out to the dog to give the dog a hug because the dog was there. And I know I can hug the dog. And the dog was very happy that I hugged it. And I went, this is like my first contact in 2 minutes. This is not good. Okay, so it sounds like everybody needs your services. Is this true? If they're service oriented?
Yes, in a way, because like that local plumber, he decided to learn a trait, how to be a plumber. Back 20 years ago, he didn't have to worry about where he is on social media, how to create a website, how to send a digital invoice or estimate to their client, how can they be able to book appointments online. The new word of mouth is still, I can tell somebody, but social media is really the new word of mouth, because somebody might say, I'm looking for a local plumber, any recommendations? And they put their local Facebook page, business page on their client's platform.
So why don't they just go to like Facebook or the sites where these other business sites, why should they choose your business?
Because a lot of it comes down to time. And say a plumber who's going to try to do 4 jobs today, it's going to take 3 hours each. At the end of the day, when he comes home or before he starts his day in the morning, the last thing he wants to worry about is, all right, how do I go on Facebook? How do I make a business page? How do I get my business on Google? How do I put it on Bing? How do I write back to a review? So the problem is there's so many different ways a business can be out there on digitally forms or on ads. The only problem is they don't know where to start or where to start from the beginning, because the stuff wasn't around when they first got in business, especially if they've been in business over 20 years, over 30 years.
So does your company build their social media platform, build their website?
Yes.
Create places where they could do their invoices and keep track of everything?
Yes.
That's pretty huge. And is there like how do people pay you? Do they pay you according to how many services they use, or is it just one set price? How is the price established?
So for the Thryv software, there's different packages. There's 3 different packages, and it's one set price, and it does 20 plus things. Then if they get to the other side of the business where they want to do strictly more generating leads, more advertisement, that budget can vary to depending on how many leads they want to receive within a year. If they want to receive 20 leads for the year, it's X amount of dollars. They want 2,000 leads, it's X amount of dollars.
So what does the basic plan cost a person that may have up to 10 to 15 employees? They want something, they're not looking for something crazy. They want the simplest plan. Well, what would they expect to pay?
It's only $199 a month.
Is that a lot of money, or is that really not a lot of money?
So it does 20 plus different platforms for $199 a month. And if you think about it, if you're a business owner, it's if you go by the weeks, it's like paying somebody $1 and change an hour for 40 hours a week. And
so you're saying that it really does the job. Your platforms do the job of many different people, but if you break it down for 40 hours, it comes out to $1 something
an hour for 40 hours.
That's a really unique way of breaking it down. So basically, every business owner needs your service.
Yes, yep, because it's going to modernize their business, make their business easy to do business with, and then overall, it's almost like having, when you have a house, or, so 2 examples. If you have a house, say a website, you have a house, but then you have all trees in front of it, so people are driving by it and can't find that house. The house is your website. So if we take control of the website with the Thryv, we'll cut down those trees so when people drive by and are looking for the house, they'll be able to see it. Another example to be, I love using house examples. Say everybody keeps up with their lawns, but why do they do it? Because they want to make sure their lawn looks nice because it resembles like their house where they're living. So when you have Thryv, it makes sure all your business information is looking pretty and nice on all different platforms without you putting any effort into it.
I love your visual analogies. Excellent. Did you come up with these or did the company?
No, we do. I feel like all of us, when we talk about, we all have different ideas how we kind of explain it a little bit.
Are you at the beginning of this company? Are you one of your founding members of this company?
Yeah, so when the company, like I said, been around over 100 years, but when Thryv first came out and when it was getting like made and figuring out what do these businesses need, what should we put in this platform, what should we put in this software, I came right at the right time when Thryv first started evolving. So,
Yeah,
for Rhode Island, Mass, and Connecticut, I'm gonna be you guys' first business advisor with Thryv.
Oh, they have the right person. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
You are definitely the right person. With the businesses that you've been working with, I don't know if you can name them, but I want to know, what have you done for them? I want to know how you've helped out a business. I understand why a business owner would want to do business with you, but I want you to give me some examples of how you have helped certain businesses. And can you name any of them?
Yeah, sure. So I'll do some that come to top of my head because I think in Rhode Island we have like 400 or 600 accounts right now. But I'll figure the ones that I found and work more and more hand on hand. And like I said, we're always looking for new business too. We had one that's Carmel Mellows in Cranston. It's a nursing home. They signed up with Thryv, and pretty much what it did is they've been in business for like 35, 40 years, but it did everything like more the old-fashioned way. And when the son took over the business, or was like in a few years going to take over, he wanted to get into this to learn, all right, how can I stay in communication with all the people that are living in a nursing home, loved ones? And instead of just sending out like an email or a postcard, what's like a new, more modern way? So we helped up with that. They didn't have any social media platforms, so no Facebook, no Instagram, no Twitter. And if for a nursing home, especially if you're looking to put somebody in, that's your mother or father or a grandparent, you're going to look up reviews, you're going to look for photos. And in today's world, a lot of people tend to search online to find that business, what they offer and what they need. So we pretty much made their online presence out there with pictures, their social media. So now you do a search, everything comes up and people can find who they are. And so especially the contractors, when they, and the ones that have been in business 20 plus years, when they first got in business, they had to worry about just doing their job, the job that they want to do in the business they started. And then for advertisement with us, all they did is, all right, I'm going to give a small amount of money into a yellow page ad and get leads that way. They didn't have to worry about like, all right, where I am on social media. So a lot of contracts, we help get their Facebook up and running, their Instagram, their Twitter accounts, and then we take that over for them and post for them so they can just go out there and do their work and not have to wake up or worry about once a month, all right, what should I post on these platforms? They don't know, they didn't know how to make a website or where to start or how to make a website, and then make sure that website has all the codes where it needs to be, so it pops up when somebody does a search. So a lot of local contractors, we help them with that. Local real estate companies, so like Boleto Realty, some other ones.
Well,
Lindy
I have
Realty.
so many questions because you're giving me more questions to ask you.
I know.
Can I back up a little bit?
Of course, yeah.
I want to go to the nursing home.
Yep.
A nursing home probably isn't looking for people to come into the nursing home because people, well, they die, but they don't die as quickly as you think that they would die.
Exactly.
So your job with them was to send out cards to the loved ones.
Yeah, yep. So it was more of a campaign, so a digital postcard that I can send out all at once, whatever they want to post, and it goes to all their loved ones, all instead of going by and send one email to each individual person.
All right. So here's the question. Do you send this out or does it automatically get sent out through the platform?
Both. So we have automated campaigns that we set up with the client that they can set up once they put the client's information there, it'll send out automatic campaigns. Then they have another section in the software where they can create their own campaign and send it out more as they need it.
Okay, and who is on the other end, your end, getting the responses for it? Do you answer the responses or does the nursing home answer the responses? And if you answer the responses, how many people do you have working on the inside, or is it you? So
Gotcha.
How does it play out?
I see. So once we set up the software and teach the client how to use it, that's all hands deck on them. So like the nursing home, they have an office manager. So the office manager logs on to Thryv and then does all the work based off the software. But my job is more to help them set it up and teach them how to learn it. And then once they get learning it, they can contact me anytime if they need have a question. Then company-wide, we have a 24-hour service that can help them anytime too.
But what about things getting updated? What if their social media or their Instagram has to change daily? Who does that? Do they do that or do you do that?
So same thing, both again. So with Thryv, we send out 12 posts on behalf of the business a month. 12, and that's all.
I see. Okay, so it's limited. It's probably limited with the different plans. The different plans. Okay.
Yes. Yep.
So we're going to jump ahead to the contractor.
Okay.
Have you helped the contractor so people can see the house behind the trees and the beautiful lawn? Have you helped contractors to get more work?
Yes. Yep.
And how so?
So when we use the it's called Thryv Lead. So it's a lead generation platform software.
So that's not the very first tier at $199. That goes to the second or third level.
Exactly. Yep. And the way it's priced too is it uses machine learning to be cost effective for that business. So say if you're a law firm, your budget's gonna be a little bit higher because a lawyer on one client is making a higher revenue versus
they make too much. I can't justify what lawyers make.
Yeah, exactly.
If lawyers are listening to this, I don't care what kind of degree you have.
Exactly.
You make too much money. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, yep. So then versus say like a contractor or even a contractor, they make pretty good too. Say if they get one job and that one job they get made $5,000. So the plan kind of is cost effective using machine learning of how much budget they need to spend to get that many leads.
Right.
But what it does is it takes their website, their phone number, and the name of the business, and then puts it out there on all different platforms. So like websites, social media platforms, mobile sites, native sites.
Okay. How do you know that people are looking at what you're sending? Do you have something that keeps track?
Yes. So everything is tracked by the numbers, where the leads are coming from, and then the machine itself uses the machine learning to figure out day by day, all right, this person got more leads on social media today. So tomorrow, let's put more budget towards the social media advertising. Then the next day, it seems like they got more leads from Google. So all right, then we're gonna feed Google a little bit more money so that they can get more leads from Google. And each day, it's changing where they put that client's information, the business information, on what platform.
So why isn't it more beneficial for people to just go with someone like Google, because Google has the analytics? Why should they choose your company?
Gotcha. So that's a good question too. So all the big box companies, they're gonna charge a business owner a lot more money just because our business is through all 50 states, and we give, like, say if we're using Google, we give Google a lot of business, and we're partners with them. So say if it costs, I'm just using for example, say it costs $100 per lead if you went through Google. As with us, we can set a plan where it only costs the client $25 per lead versus $100 with Google.
So are you charging people per lead, or do you charge them, like you said, there's like 3 different levels?
Yep. So remember, back at the beginning, there's two sides of it. The software side is more if you're a business, you have plenty of business, you're not really looking to get more business, you just want to be more organized. Then the Thrive leads part is if you are looking for more business and want to get more leads, then some businesses go hand on hand, use the software to be organized, and then use the leads to get more leads to feed into the software so they can keep all their clients organized while getting more leads. So
you're saying that there's kind of like an upsell for you guys. When they get the leads, you make a little bit, they make a lot, you make a little bit.
Correct. Yeah. Yep. So because we service so many different industries, we usually have like a one-on-one, and I get to learn that business and see what they're actually doing or what they need. And then I see what platforms we have, because we do so many different things and every business uses us in a different way. So when somebody first says like, hey, what do you do? It's like, we do a lot of different things, but we don't have that one-on-one. So I get to learn that business, what they're doing, how they're operating, and see if any of our services make sense for them. And if it does, which service does make more sense for them.
I think your tagline is you help businesses grow on all platforms.
Correct, 100% correct. Yep.
Because that's what you do.
Yes.
Do you service all businesses, or there's some businesses that you wouldn't touch?
It's pretty much, it could be any local business, small to medium, any industry that's service-based. And we are actually working with franchises too, but that's not more me. I have another business partner that will take over and do the franchises, and we have different platforms for them as well.
Wow, we really got a lot of information here.
Yes.
Look at the time. I hope I'm asking you questions that make sense.
Yeah, 100%. All of them are. They're all great questions. It's so hard to like, because we could focus on one thing and just talk about that, but we literally do everything, and every business needs different things. They're not all the same.
Yeah, I'll also tell you that, and this is a compliment to you.
Yep.
You were giving me way more information that I understand what you do far better than the webinar that your business person did.
Yes,
because
yes.
I really did not, in the end, understand what you were doing.
Exactly, yeah, yep.
I understand now
what
that's awesome.
You're
doing, because I just get it. Get it. So you did a very good job explaining.
Oh,
very
thank you.
Good job.
Thank you.
Tell me about some of your biggest success stories, you personally, not the company, but you personally. You've been with the company, you said, for 3 years now?
2 years. It will almost be 2 years. Sorry, it'll be 2 years next February. So
or maybe I should ask you this: when did Thrive officially launch?
This past summer. So this past summer, we had it before then, but we really didn't switch the company name to Thrive until summer hit of last year, actually.
Okay, well, share your biggest success story. You personally.
So when I first started with the company, they gave us a book of business, and that gets a little tough too, because they already had somebody before me who they were working with. And it was a whole different business at then, because we weren't even doing a software or offering the kind of service we offer now. So my first year was getting in touch with a lot of them and in building that relationship with them, even though they might have been doing business with us for 10 years, 15 years, and now I'm the new guy. But all my accounts, we got to learn from each other. I got to learn about their businesses, and how they operate. And it's kind of cool, because if I just go with contractors, each contractor does their business in a different way. None of them do it the same. If I go to a doctor's office, all doctor's offices do it in a different way too. So it was neat learning how they operate, and then build with me and whoever I'm talking to that's representing that business, their relationship. So I think that was a big success story, because I had over 100 accounts that I had to meet with to build that relationship with. And like I said, I was a new guy, so it was nice finally get to meet everybody. And then we're always looking for new businesses too. So I'm always out there, either if it's walking in, giving my business card, or going to a networking event to represent the company. And then again, my own company too, because the way it operates, I'm representing Rhode Island. So I want to make sure I look good, and then also the company, to back me up. And every new business that I got, like by myself, by either if it's going to a networking event or a referral, or just like giving somebody a call on the phone that they never heard from me in the first place, or even just walking in, hi, my name is Bobby, I'm local here in Cranston.
Bobby, that's all you have to do. Bobby,
Yeah.
I know this might sound a little bit bizarre, but you remind me of me when I was your age, but the male version. And
That's awesome.
and I will tell you that it is so easy to get people to say yes. All you have to do is look them in the eye,
Exactly.
smile, and be authentic.
Exactly.
And
Yep.
they move, they lean in, because they know that you're not a phony, and you're as real as it gets. I love
Yeah.
it.
I know. I'm always just being myself, and I couldn't lie about anything.
No, that's
Everything I
not who you
do,
are.
I gotta love what I do, and I do. I love it a lot. So when I walk in, or when I have a one-on-one with somebody, and I'm talking about what I'm doing, I truly will go above and beyond.
I can see that.
It's a Sunday, a weekend, an evening, at nighttime, early in the morning. I just try to be there as much as I can.
You are all hot, Bobby. Bobby, before we end this our interview, is there anything that you would like to leave or say to the public, or people that you want to work with?
Sure. I would say, just business-wise, anything going on right now. I know for some businesses, they might be blooming right now. There's some that are closed, some that went out of business. We're here just not to do business one-on-one. If there's a business that wants to just talk and learn about what I do or what the company does, or just needs somebody to vent to or connect with, send them my way. It could either be through business, or even just having a chat one-on-one, because that's what we're here now. We just want to get through this and help everybody the most we can. Even if that doesn't mean doing business with us, just to connect and share some ideas and strategies with you. Because we do work with a lot of different industries. So even if I can help you out in some kind of advice, I'm here for that too.
Folks, you heard it here with Bobby Allen. You got to check him out. He's a nice guy. And really, he's got a lot of heart. So, Bobby, thank you so much for joining us today with Dead Air Live and Somerville Connects. Bye for now. Take care. Peace.
See you later. Thank you so much again, JoJo.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Somerville connects. Somerville connects.